This day's been very special. Thank you for coming.
She says it's been special. Oh. Right. My sister and I, and now official stepbrother and stepsister, would like to just say a few words. I know there are lots of people here keen to get their groove on. I don't think we want to miss some of the older people pulling out funky chicken.
That's you then.
We are taking our vow very seriously and have felt it our duty to do some research on how to achieve marital bliss.
Oh dear.
Experts at the Genevan School of Marriage have developed a formula for marital bliss. The bride must be of the same background, 5 years younger, and cleverer than the groom.
So,
something went wrong.
Let's apply this theory to our happy couple. Firstly, their backgrounds, with quite a significant north-south divide. We have Adrian, the young rapscallion from the north. Spent his childhood romping the hills of the Lake District, eating bacon barn cakes, and jumping down coal mines.
Then we have Jane, the southern fairy, spent her childhood skipping jam scones on a rainbow lake and riding her unicorn through the enchanted wood.
No major similarities there. What about their more recent background before they met? Well, Mum spends her days herring around in her giant inside-out van with her bright pink Primark dungarees painting her hair and can often be seen under a pile of papers on the sofa with a G&T, apparently doing a quote. We marvel that she has set up her own business without ever turning on a computer.
Yeah, well done, Joe.
Whereas Dad would don his Louis Vuitton suit every morning and cruises off in the Lexus to a top-secret location to carry out some highly confidential business, which he claims is far too boring to explain, but we all know he's James Bond.
And then we have the age difference. The bride must be 5 years younger than the groom. Well, everyone here knows that Mum's age is currently... I think I've lost the rest of it. We'll move on.
As for being cleverer, well, let's just say all those nights watching University Challenge proved the northern side of the family to be in the lead intellectually.
That's a man-woman thing, isn't it?
So, it's becoming clear that the Geneva School of Marriage have got it completely wrong, and we decided to make our own specifications of what creates marital bliss. We think that a perfect marriage, such as this one, is all about compromise. Jane and Dad compromise precisely on their differences. What one lacks, the other dutifully makes up.
For instance, if you were to be invited to Calcum House for the evening, you would be cooked an exquisite meal by Chef Adrian, likely one of his famous curries.
Which is lucky for you. Because before Adrian came along, we were treated to cold roast beef with pasta, which Mum claimed was just like spaghetti bolognese.
The next area of the night, with Mr. and Mrs. Peckett, is Mum's area of expertise. After perhaps 1 or 2 casual G&Ts, or washed down with 3 or 4 bottles of wine, some dancing might break out, and we all know that Mum loves to dance on the table.
There is a family rumour that Dad isn't quite so flamboyant with his dancing, but I'm sure we'll all find out later.
I'm sure you will.
And within Calcum House, you'd have the pleasure of meeting the rest of the family. There is also a compromise of various qualities. The 3 Norbury children sister and my younger brother, seem to have acquired the reputation of being quite boisterous, maybe loud at a stretch.
A friend of mine actually said that she thought that Daisy and James were going to have a nasty shock when they moved in. But this hasn't been the case, and you will actually find a very harmonious household.
However, in all marriages, there are those similarities that make the couple complete. Jane and Adrian make a mean tennis double, and of course, the perfect DIY team. We have the builder and the decorator.
But if you've got some weird vision of us becoming some kind of musical Von Trapp DIY,
Another similarity is their odd choice of holiday. Most people seek out sun and sand for a relaxing getaway, but Dad and Jane like to trek to the Scottish Islands in the rain, and also climb Welsh mountains in the rain.
Which led us to a few weeks ago when we were discussing where they would go on their honeymoon, and someone mentioned Machu Picchu, the famous ruins in Peru. But obviously this wouldn't be possible, as Adrian wouldn't be able to leave them unbuilt and insisted. Whereas Mum wouldn't be able to bear the idea of them going without a lick of paint. So, not surprisingly, the two of them aren't off anywhere exotic, like the Bahamas or something like that, but they're off to Canada for an adventure-filled week of horseback riding and hiking in the mountains and that sort of thing.
Finally and foremost, we would like to say that after being under one roof for a few years now, it's wonderful to make the union of the two families official, and we're all very happy for Mr. and Mrs. Peckett.
So we're not just officially uniting the 8 of us at Cowcombe House, but actually both sides of this now extremely large family. So on that note, would like everyone to raise their glasses to family.
we all get to stuck into our drinks. We'd like to introduce the first dance. And please could you all join us on the dance floor for Mr. and Mrs. Peckett's